We're going to hit the Cowboys with a little dose of reality. Stephen Jones, executive VP, son of team owner Jerry Jones, was on Sirius XM Mad Dog Radio yesterday with Adam Shine. And one of the pressing questions that the Cowboys have faced, but maybe not fully answered, why was there no phone call made during free agency to running back Derrick Henry? Here's what Stephen Jones had to say.
Our situation is just, and no one ever wants to say it, but it's salary cap. And we just didn't, have the money to allocate to that position, in terms of where we were from a cap standpoint, knowing what we're looking at with Dak and certainly Micah and CeeDee Lamb. We just didn't have those type of resources to allocate that position, or we probably would have already had it filled with Tony Pollard. We hated to lose Tony Pollard. We had to lose Zeke the year before from a cap standpoint, and we just didn't have the dollars to allocate to the running back position, and certainly looking to do it, in a more efficient way in terms of how it complements the rest of our offensive roster.
Okay, there's so much that can be said in response to that. The reason they don't have the cap space is they're over a barrel on Dak's contract, and they haven't found a way to drop the $55+ million cap number for him down, which it would do if they signed him to an extension. And CeeDee Lamb, that's the easier one. If you extend CeeDee Lamb, cap number goes down this year. 17.991 goes down.
All right.
Whatever number you give him, you structure it in a way so this year the cap number goes down, and voila, you've got cap space where you can go out and sign a Derrick Henry, or at least make a call. You can at least try to do it. You can start down that path. You can see if you can work something out with Derrick Henry with a favorable cap number this year, and then go back to your contracts of all your guys and come up with ways to create the cap space necessary to absorb Derrick Henry. So I think that's a cop-out. I think you can create cap space if you want to accommodate the first year of a Derrick Henry contract, and the easiest place to go is CeeDee Lamb and extend him. But like they always do, they get these great young players and they wait. And what happens? Does it get cheaper or does it get more expensive when you wait? Since they dug in with CeeDee Lamb, we've seen, just in the past few weeks, we've seen Devontae Smith, we've seen Amon-Ra St. Brown, and we've seen A.J. Brown, and that drives it up. And if Justin Jefferson signs his contract, that's going to drive it up even more. So if they really wanted to create cap space for Derrick Henry, they could have.
I agree with you. Of course they could have. We know that. You can finagle. They could figure out ways to do it. Now, maybe they're a little bit, Mike, in the realization, part of their existence here of going, wait, let's stop doing stuff like this and kicking money down the road and, putting ourselves in little binds and maybe giving Derrick Henry a contract that we'll regret 2 years from now. The bottom line with the running back situation, and like we've talked about before, is they don't get out in front of anything. That's their problem, and that's what you're saying right here. And this shouldn't be a topic. They should have signed Tony Pollard 2 years ago when he was running for 5 yards per carry, and they were still in this dream world of, we like Zeke. And I'm going, wait, Zeke's good, but if you keep giving the ball to Tony Pollard, he's going to lead the NFL in rushing. He runs between the tackles. He's big plays. Last year, he wasn't even totally himself, and he still ran for 1,000 yards, and they weren't a very good run-blocking football team. And the year, so he runs for 1,000 yards 2 seasons ago. He gets the hip drop tackle in the divisional playoff game against the 49ers. That was the time to get him for the low. That was the time. You could have dangled out a 3-year contract for $18 million, $20 million. He probably would have took it, right? Now you're sitting there with no running back, and he's damn good, and he's on the Titans, and he's making 3 years, $24 million, $8 million a year, and he's going to get 1,000 yards in Tennessee with that offensive coach and that offensive line with Bill Callahan and company. And Dallas is going to look stupid again for what they've done and how they've kind of played their checkbook and their salary cap.
I've said when it comes to the great young players, the Cowboys are cheap, short-sighted, and not as smart as they think they are. They weren't cheap with Tony Pollard after 2022. They applied the franchise tag at $10 million. And remember the day that it kind of dawned on us, $10 million for running backs under the franchise tag. There were several of them at the time, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, and also Tony Pollard. And we kind of agreed Pollard should probably take that now before the Cowboys realize, guy coming off a broken ankle, $10 million, running back position, no thank you. And he signed it the next day.
Right.
And I heard through the back channels, not
they
necessarily
heard this,
that they followed our lead, but
Right.
it's like, do you have my phone hacked? Was more like what I was hearing. And why did the Cowboys do it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Show some ability to stand up and say, hey, if you want to go, go. Here's what we're offering you.
Or give
Go
them
find something better on the
lowball.
open market with a broken ankle.
Right.
Good luck finding better than what we're offering you with a broken ankle.
Exactly. You give him give him an offer that's not going to be what to his liking would be if he was healthy. But at that point, he's going to go, damn, I'm hurt and I haven't made money in my career. And that's where I'm surprised they didn't make that move there. But yeah, now they're back to Ezekiel Elliott as your starting running back right now as it stands, and nobody that's really a proven commodity behind him. It's a little odd, and again, it's the inability to kind of see the future and get out in front of things. I think is the thing that you and I look at here consistently with them.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.